Oh man, how I have missed this game. I mean, I played it like probably like 5 days ago, but still. What's up, everyone? Hope you're well. Stardew Valley, you'll probably do a second Let's Play or something like that in the next one. But yeah, on that note, let's get started. Healing, and what do I mean by healing? So, healing is a weird thing because you have to kind of make yourself a bit vulnerable, and that's a hard thing to do sometimes. But again, the same way you need to recharge when you go to sleep and you're leaving your body in a vulnerable state, you have to do the same thing with your emotions. And this is the part that a lot of people struggle with because they have been too, like manly for too long and too kind of prideful that they're too good to heal. But it's not the case, because internally, this is gonna really it's like, a computer PC. You want your wires intact, nice and organized so they don't overlap each other and then maybe burn out and all that stuff. When you hold things, it just kind of clutters up everything. The PC kind of like being like your mind, really. So allow yourself to heal. That's gonna be today's title, because you want to really be able to move on from what it is you're healing from. And you're not going to be able to give your 100% in life unless you heal, in simple terms. And the reason why I say this is because you might not think of like energy being a real thing and all that stuff. I mean, like a lot of the woo-woo people say it, right? But energy lingers, and obviously on a day-to-day basis, you want to keep as clean of a slate as possible, because every day you kind of wear and tear your mental state from just existing with your thoughts. Your brain has only a certain amount of capacity to do stuff every day. It's not limitless, right? We wish it was, because that would be pretty cool to have, but unfortunately we don't. Maybe you can create your own planet, and maybe we could get that done there. But yeah, and that's just your own thoughts. Now imagine your day-to-day actions. Imagine going out into public. Imagine how many of other people's thoughts and actions you're taking in, from the media you're watching, from the doom scrolling you're doing, from the just talking to people. You're still taking in some of their stuff, right? As even if you're having a conversation. Like even right now, you're taking in some of the energy that I'm putting out into this video, in a nutshell. And obviously, to some extent, that's going to pretty much take up some of your capacity, and also kind of be ingrained into you a little bit, because you're just going to kind of remember that, really. And so imagine when it comes to like really bad memories, you're going to hold that to you for so long, because you've associated this like crazy emotion of like sadness and grief and stuff like that it's going to linger on with you, because you put on so much importance to the thought of or at least that emotion, that it's going to stick with you. And that's what we need to heal from. Not just that, but again, this day to day, it's also very good to do. It doesn't have to be day to day. It can be whenever. A lot of people seem to think that healing is like, spa days and stuff like that. No, it's just taking care of the mental state and the physical state and also the emotional state. It could be in any kind of regards, because there's a lot that kind of comes with the human body. It's quite a simple but complex being. We're not like a cat or dog that just like kind of licks his balls and just scratches his skin or anything like that, right? So we have to kind of respect the kind of vessel that we're in. So allow yourself to heal, number one, because don't think you can get away from it. Don't think you can run away from it, because it's gonna lead to you kind of fizzling out in a sense, and you want to keep yourself as light as possible. Because if you even notice at times of like all that, the days that you've had the best days ever, they've usually been the most simple days, where you're kind of carefree, you're very mindful of the present moment, and life feels great. All the colors are shining, everything's HD. Why do you think that is? Because you've kind of nurtured yourself in a sense. And if you've ever been in a state of, whatever, misery and all that stuff, you're obviously holding on to a lot of things. So let's try and stop that. But before we stop it, you have to understand where it comes from. You have to understand what it's going to be teaching you, and then you truly move on. Because then you're going to accept it from a really neutral point, rather than really angry or really sad. So you have to take care of your emotions. You have to let that kind of work hard, play hard, but the play hard mentality of when things get too rough, on your off days or off weeks, or if you're just in a really bad predicament at the moment. There's going to be someone out there right now that's going through that. So I hope this helps, whoever that is. or even if you're not going through that, for the day that you do, because everyone has them. So pretty much just take care of your emotions, really. I mean, if it's healing from, like, I don't know, maybe a relationship, or maybe you got fired, or whatever the case may be, you can't avoid skipping the work required for healing. Otherwise, you're going to become something that you're not going to be proud of in the future. I know it takes work, I know it's hard, but the results on the other side is crazy. It's like that saying, grass is green on the other side. It really is. It's like joy, it's that bliss, it's amazing. Otherwise, simply put, you're just not going to heal. You're just going to be stuck in them old patterns, and then going to be blaming everyone for your misery and all that stuff. And then, who knows, if you have kids, you might pass it on to them. Let's not do that. You know, we're trying to create a better world out here. Or at least we should be. I don't think a lot of people are putting enough emphasis on that. They're just too busy to do that with their own lives or with anyone else's lives. Nonetheless, a lot of lessons in life are pretty simple. And we absolutely love to complicate things, you know that? Because it just makes it interesting. Like, obviously the same mundane, simple things are not going to mean much, right? It's like when you got those fat loss programs. There's so many things out there, but it's like the simple output of just effort and a calorie deficit and, you know, taking care of your hormonal health is all you need. But somehow people have become so confused, and they're trying to, this is better, that is better. And whilst it might work to a very small degree, like a 1% difference, the main component is like still the main component, you know. To keep things simple. And you realise a lot of the stress and tension you might even be holding up in your neck and stuff like that. If you've got a tight neck, it might mean that you're holding into a lot of tension. It kind of fizzles away. And that's how we should be living. It should be like a right since you've been born, really. It should be natural. So again, give yourself time to heal. Give yourself some time, some space to get better. Your body and mind deserves that, doesn't it? It deserves to be nurtured. So on that note, I appreciate you guys for watching. Honestly, I really do. Peace and blessings to you all, and I'll see you in the next one. Probably Stardew Valley.